Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Khadijah from Brass Twig. So today I was just playing around. I didn't really feel like doing anything super productive, so I was doing what I call my strippy masterboard. So I thought I would just show you guys and share with you guys. Really what I do here is I take the pages from a book that I'm tearing up, usually a child's book, or at least these ones have been. And it either has like scribbling on the page so I can't use it, or it has pictures that are not so attractive, like maybe scary or not necessarily something you would want on a fun child themed journal. So anyway, I cut those pages up. Here's what I cut up from this book. It was a big book, so that's all the pieces. Oh, I don't know why you're not seeing it. Let's see. Oh, there it is. There we go. All right. I have a lag on my screen. Anyway, this is the box. Those are all the strips. I just cut them on my cutter. It's kind of therapeutic. So I've done 2 previous ones. I'll show you those. And these are, again, I call them my stripy strip masterboard. Here's one that I did before, and this one was from a Mother Goose book. So again, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to use it as a background for something. They're all glued together pretty much. You can tell each book has its own vibe. Sometimes it's a similar color palette. This is from another book. I mean, this one is more about the kind of greens and pinks and has definitely a little bit of a more, I would say, tropical vibe. Whereas this one is very primary. And so then there's the one I'm doing today, which is somewhat busy. I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. But I haven't done this before for journals as backgrounds. What I have done it before is I've done it in my mixed media artwork. So I'll show you that. These I stuck to double-sided tapes and put it right on the artwork. So, and I used my painty papers. So this was very much like, these are the pieces. They're painty papers that I use my leftover paint on, and then just cut them up into strips. So it kind of gives you an idea. You can see that it's paint on them, but I did do it on book pages and then just cut them up into strips. And that's what they look like. So here's the ones I made from that. And I like the unevenness of the strips. Again, I add these then onto my artboard and incorporate them into my abstract painting. So there's one. And I usually, you know, if I'm working on a color palette, I kind of use that color palette. Here's a green one. But I like what I do like about this that's not happening with the masterboards is I like the odd shapes. I feel like it makes it more interesting. They do look a little bit like fences. And there's this one. And then there's this one. And then there's this one. I actually cut this one off of the end of a board. But you can see there's the double-sided tape, so I can stick it right on. But then I usually put a medium over it. So that's kind of what I like doing. I like the stripes. There's something about it. So I've been doing it. I do it when I'm not wanting to fussy cut and I want to play with glue. So let's go ahead and put a couple of these together, and then I will show you. Yeah, you can see kind of what this looks like finished. Where's one of my glue sticks? Let me see if I can get a... Sorry, you guys, I didn't prepare with a glue stick. Let's see. This guy is full. Let's make sure I have a full one. This is not full. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, we can use this one. Okay. So, let me get something to glue on. There we go. And let's go ahead and see what we get. Sometimes I like, again, I focus on creating more lights next to each other or how the transition is. I'm playing with values here, not so much pattern, because I look more at the values to see how they're coming out. Right now I'm doing more what I want to be a lighter area. Yeah. So what's everybody doing today? I have another haul video to put up. So I don't know if I shared this with you guys yet, but once a month here in my neck of the woods, we have a wonderful place here called the Book Thing. And I get free books. And boy, did I score this past weekend. And they have vintage books. And most people that go there, I don't think they go there for the vintage books. I don't think there's a lot of junk journalers that go there. So I feel very fortunate. I've only went one time before this. That's when I discovered it. I've been here 20 years, you guys, and I just discovered this. So that's a bit embarrassing. But anyway, the positive thing is I've discovered it now. So I get all these books. First time I went, I can show you, I'll incorporate them into one of my hauls because I didn't do a video on it, I don't think. Or if I did, I didn't upload it. But the first time I went, they have it all sectioned off. So it's very organized. So I'll tell you a little bit about how it works. They only let 110 people in at a time, and they let you in you get to go in for 55 minutes, and then you have to go out. And they let in the next 100 people. So you get in line. So the first time we went, we got there at 8:35, and we were like the 101st person in. I'd never been there before, so I kind of didn't know where to go. I ended up in the foreign language books first. This last time I went to the kids books first, and I scored some. I probably got 13 vintage readers. The other thing I got that I liked, and I finally, after, halfway through my time there, I discovered, I wanted to know where they put the books, like the Hallmark ones, because I love those little Hallmark 1970s little Hallmark books with the, the very 70s with the young girls on them. Like Love Is This, or Happiness Is This, or You're a Friend. Anyway, I really like those a lot. Like I'm actually starting a collection of them. But needless to say, I did find out were those, and I would have thought, like she had told me they were in philosophy. Well, I didn't find any there, but I found them in the really small, like the Telltale, next to the Telltale kids books. So I found one of those this time while I was there. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, they usually have it once a month, like the second weekend of the month. So if anybody's ever in town and you want to go, look me up. I'm happy to, take you guys. So much fun, so much fun. We brought home probably 7 boxes of books, 130 books, you guys. My husband got some too, but I probably got, I think I said 13, close to 13 vintage readers. I got some other kids books, got some cooking books. Yeah, I got some nice books. And of course, you can take whatever you want, however much you want to haul. This month specifically, they're actually having 2 weekends, which is not what they usually do. So I'm excited. It's like my favorite. I told my husband and I when we go early in the morning. This last time we got there 45 minutes early. Brought a little fold-up chair, sat down, watched a YouTube video. I think I watched Angela, the Traveling Crafter, her most recent video. But yeah, I just sat there. It was raining, so I had an umbrella. And getting there early we were probably number 40 in or something this time. So I like that because people do crowd around the children's books. I think a lot of people like those, not necessarily for junk journaling, but just in general. It's nice to be able to get books free for your kids. Yeah, I'm probably going to share that haul with you next. And I'm going to have to do it in, parts. I'll probably do all the kids' books first, and then I'll do like the cooking and like gardening / botanical, and then I'll do all the rest last because it's a lot of books. But I want to share with you guys. So also, since I'm just starting my channel, I'm thinking of doing one of the readers as a giveaway for my first 100, once I get to 100 subscribers. That's my plan anyway. I think it's a good plan, but we'll see. I don't even know if I'll get to 100 subscribers, but if I did, that would be awesome. And I would give away one of the readers. So yeah, I feel very fortunate with this access that I have to all of these free books. I just got to learn to be super selective, I think. Yeah. So that's what I did this past weekend. How about you guys? Anything interesting? Oh, also, yeah. I put up my video of my messy art room. That was the other thing. Oh my gosh. So I found some shelves. Not a great style, but not awful. They're like more modern looking. And we do live in a modern home, like a 1980s modern, like when they did the modern styles. It's not the most attractive on the outside. But anyway, the books, not the books, what am I talking about? Oh, what else we did. So I needed to get some storage to get my, if you go to my right, on the right side of me, all those were stacks of books. I needed to get them off the floor. And I didn't want to get just bookshelves because I really need other types of storage. So I got these bookshelves that were 15 inches deep, 38 wide, which is really wide. I got 2 of them. And they have drawers in the bottom. So 3 drawers on each side. And one of them has like a little fold down desk. So, and they were heavy. So long story short, my husband got a friend to help him. It was an hour, 45, 50 minutes away, like down by DC, where they went to go pick him up. They had to take him out the window. It was such a chaotic time. I bought them from CT Bids, which was an online estate sale auction place. And I had bought other things, and I've never had this experience. I think it was more difficult, number one, because the people the owners were there, and they weren't selling everything in the house. Usually when I go to these things, they're selling everything in the house, and they have these great picker sales, etc., etc. This one wasn't that way. And the owners were there in the house. As a matter of fact, he came into the room while we were trying to get the screen off the window and assisted us. He said he'd been there for 51 years. So they brought these in through the window when they first moved in. So these pieces are 51 years old, but they're very modern style. They're solid, great storage. Maybe I'll flash a picture at the end of this so you guys can see it. I haven't got it all loaded up yet, but I'm so excited to have some place to put my storage. I just have felt, yeah, I'm excited to be addressing my, organizing my creative space. I'm super excited about that. So that's definitely a big plus, just to have this storage. But anyway, the cost of them was super cheap. It was 26 bucks. The hassle to get them was definitely challenging because they were on a hill. So we had to bring them down the hill to get them into our friend's truck who helped. And I was so grateful. And he was not feeling the best at the time either. And also then in our house, my craft room is upstairs. So, we did put down blankets and slid them up the stairs, which was my idea, which I think was actually a really good idea. So that worked out really well. It made it easier because the guys were just, I mean, they were heavy. These are heavy pieces of storage. So yeah, so that's what I did this weekend. And we did the book thing, and yeah, I got a busy week ahead. I got some work I got to do, and also, let's see what else. Got to get an electrician in my house because I have lights that are flashing, and I don't know why. And we recently did a whole renovation and added an in-law suite, which for me, I think, we put in a whole nother electrical box. We had to upgrade our box, put in a whole nother electrical box, but I'm worried that they're flashing because something's wrong or we're overloading the system. I don't know why it would be, but I don't want to take a risk with that. So I got to get an electrician in here. So that I got to do this week. Let's see what else is new. I don't know. I think that's about it. All right, we're coming to the end. Let me add a couple more on here. This is so therapeutic. It's so easy to do. And and not have to focus. I really like it because I'm basically just gluing down strips. And we'll see. I'm sure I will be able to use these in some way. I have no idea how I'm using them yet, but that's usually how I do my art too. I mean, I have some idea that I'm making a masterboard and it's going to be a background for something, but I don't know how it's going to work yet. I know how the other ones that I did with my painty papers work because, yeah, because they were, you know, there's something that I have done. But I do like playing with the pattern. I like the abstractness of it. And I like the not having to think sometimes when I'm doing the art. You know, there's something about that that's very, it's very therapeutic. I feel like I'm playing, but I also have a little bit of structure. And since resigning, you know, semi-retired, I don't have a lot of structure in my life. So part of me wants to create more of that, because I'm not used to the lack of structure. So, yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. I'm not nearly as busy like I was before, but I am, I'm missing that. And I also notice that when I don't have a routine, like some healthy routine for me, like the day goes by and I don't know what I got done. It just goes by so fast. I get very distracted, which I like. I just also want to do some things. I don't want it every day to feel like, you know, I've done nothing. I like a list. I like getting certain things done on my list, you know. And I do make those. But yeah. So, what else? I really appreciate you guys showing up here today. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop this now. I feel like I've definitely got a masterboard done here. You can see what it looks like. And it's just a different way, right? It's like we usually do the big ones. I've done the ones with all the different types. I've got them downstairs, but so I usually do them when I'm in front of the TV. Today I decided I would bring them up here since I'm doing a video. I like to do it in my art room, where I have a little stand for my camera and also a monitor so I can make sure that I'm in the screen. So that's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. I mean, obviously it's not really a tutorial. You can see you're just gluing strips, but my explanation of how I get these and what I do and how I use up those pieces that normally I would just toss. So yeah, it's a way to use them up. They're basically pictures that I would never put in a book because they're like a really ugly picture of the wolf from Little Red Riding Hood, or they're just like more aggressive or scary pictures that I wouldn't use, or they're ones that are drawn on by kids from the previous book. So those are usually what I cut up. And a lot of times I do get books that are pretty trashed. That doesn't stop me from getting them, especially if I like the cover or if the cover's trash, if I like the inside. You guys all know that. So anyway, this is it today. Hopefully next you'll see my free books that I got from the book thing. And yeah, I look forward to connecting with you again. Please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends. And I hope you're doing something creative. And if not, I hope you do something that brings you joy. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hi, guys. So here's the other ones that I have done. So you can just see, it just creates this pattern and movement. And it looks like, you know, a background, but it's made from marked up kids' book. Yeah, and then if you want to put some kind of an image on it, here's an example of how it stands out. Let's just grab a couple. Let me just grab a couple over here. You know, again, if you cut it into a tag shape, which I will probably do a demo. But you see how this one looks pretty. It pulls the colors. yeah, you got some options. So again, you could make a nice little card. It still makes a nice background, but it's a little bit different than just a plain book page. And it has color in it. And you're using those parts of your, book, sorry, that you normally would get rid of.